From the site of Super Bowl 56, set to be contested this upcoming February, we're at the gorgeous new SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Jameis to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Winston. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Being chased out left. Pass to Herbert is intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a pass is taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. First couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. That was dangerous. Winston thrown into coverage, almost picked. But instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston eluding the pressure right. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 50-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
35-yard line.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches at the Steelers' 25-yard line.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 16. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he's able to get this inside the 10 down to the 9. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Herbert sliding out of the pocket. That's complete right around the 8. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Here we go with Geis. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
First and goal from the 3. On the ground, Geis. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Steelers nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Chargers 7, Steelers nothing.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Here's Winston. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Steelers 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. That is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
At 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 20. 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Third and 2.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field. I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Oh, good move. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
T.J. Watt there on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He can run for it, and he will. That one good for 13 and the Charger first. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Michael Badgley on for the field goal. A 22-yard.
Badgley able to punch push this one through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
10.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit.
And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Zach Gentry, 77 yards. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
Chris Boswell on for the point.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A big gain that time for the Chargers. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Operating from the gun. Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Darius Slayton. In the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead.
Extra point.
So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the 2nd half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the 2nd half.
Could be a big turnaround. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Final play of the half here, Winston. He'll find Smith-Schuster, that's complete. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the 2nd half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will make it into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the 3rd part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Chargers 24, Steelers 14. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This one to his running back out of the backfield. Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
It's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Joseph on the tackle.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
First down, Winston. Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. 47 yards.
47 yards.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
1st down, Steelers.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Forced out to his left. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Boswell for the extra point.
Point after.
It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game.
Chargers 24, Steelers 21. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
On the return, the Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Once more, here's Eckler. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
It's now 3rd and 5.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Herbert. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's in for the Charger touchdown. D.D. Westbrook with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
But how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Hook the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Kickoff for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
He'll buy some time running. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Winston now. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep. He's got him in. Complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Winston now from the 50. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Desmond King picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Geis. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Eli Apple. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
He better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Levante David in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive. And in a relatively quick. And this is caught at the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Chargers 31, Steelers 28.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10. at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
On the stop. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Catch made by Slayton. They get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for L.A. Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gets him one more chance here on 4th down. Now Winston. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Steelers 35, Chargers 31. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to work on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. This is intercepted, but they say out of bounds. Very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and that'll bring up 2nd down. One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play, and this ball game is over.
Chargers.
Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Pittsburgh, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
She-Rag got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting up the back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. Okay. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but ain't from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage with the mainframe. Loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your perm at. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the